Hi everybody, my name is Pam. I'm with Silver and Sparkles, and I am a guest designer here for Pink Monarch Prints today. Thanks Anna and Elena for having me. So I am really excited to work with the Sunshine Soul. It's the February 2025 subscription kit, and you can get it on the Pink Monarch website or on Etsy. So make sure you go check it out. My video today is going to show you 3 different ways to embellish tags. So I just wanted to show you how you could use some different elements and make something that I think is quite special with, the same papers. So this one is a tag with pockets. So there's 3 little pockets, and the pockets and the little pieces, really embellish it really sweet. So that's one idea I'm going to show you how to make. And then this one is a offset layered tag. So it has 3 tags, but the way I've laid them out, I think makes it look a little different and gives you a little different design element. This is one of the tags already collaged for you. So anyway, fun and easy to do. And then this one, I used an element in the kit. There's a place in the kit where there's they're supposed to be like faux washi strips, but instead of cutting them apart, I kept them together and turned them into these little tuck spots. And it made, again, an interactive decorative element for the front of this tag. So I'm going to show you that, and we're going to have a lot of fun today, and I hope you like the ideas. So let's get started. Let's do this one first with the pockets. I tried to get prepared so that we can zip through these ideas and you guys can get to crafting. So to make this one, and by the way, I used some of the tags that were already in the kit and just cut them out. But then I also used some of the papers, the half sheets and then the full sheets, and just cut more tags. So if you don't see exactly what I'm using, it's probably because I just cut it from one of the papers, which is something you can always do as well. And it's hard for me to remember which ones they designed to be tags. I guess we could probably tell because they already have the idea of some inking on them, even though I'm going to add just a touch more of distress ink before we start layering this tag together and making the pockets. So there's a sheet that has 2 pockets that are designed like this, and this is one of them. I went ahead and cut it out the way it's laid out on the paper, but for our purposes, we only need one section of this, so we can save this to make a tag or a journaling card or something out of. So we're going to use the pocket this way. And for these, I just like to grab my metal ruler, and usually I just grab my bone folder or some other scoring tool and just run it right alongside where we want this little pocket to fold. And hopefully it will fold neatly for us that way. You can lay it on your scoreboard if you happen to have one, but I find it just as easy for something simple to do it that way. And it didn't fold exactly where I wanted it to. You can always kind of squish it back over. All right, so let's make sure it's gonna fit on the tags that I've selected, and it does. So we'll add a little bit of ink. And again, one of my favorite things about the monthly kits in particular, but really all of Pink Monarch's kits, is all the bits and pieces. It's so fun. And it's easy to make your projects, I think, really pop by embellishing them. So I'm just adding glue to these 2 flaps, and then I cut that bottom piece off, right? So we're just gonna add glue to the bottom. So whatever we put in this pocket doesn't slide out the bottom. But it'll still give us a pretty roomy tag that's going to be sweet. Okay. And then this one, I went ahead and mounted on the larger tag because I want to leave this space open, like this one, for a side load pocket, right? So I am going to, remember I want it open on this side, so I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to go ahead and just add glue to this whole section, the top of the tag, but then just along the opposite side where I want the opening and the bottom so that it will slide right in. Okay, there we go. Very fun. Now, I haven't cut everything out of the kit, but I do have some pieces here, and I believe I have hopefully another like smallish tag that can go right in that pocket. So we'll use this one, and we'll probably add a little something something to it, but we'll get that going. And then I want to add, and I'm going to just use one of the bits from the kit to embellish the front of this pocket, but turn it into another little tiny tuck spot, right? So I'm just grabbing some of the little labels, and you use whichever ones you like. You could use one of the fussy cuts along with it to decorate the front of this if you want to. Again, I want this one to load from the top, so I'm just going to hold it and add the glue, and all the little pieces just make it super easy to have fun. I am going to also show you something that I love to use in my junk journaling, and I'm sure you've seen it before, but it's these liquid pearls, and we'll put them on in just a minute. And I just added 3 right here, and it just gives a little extra touch. But let me finish this before we put them on. I realized I certainly don't want to I don't want to smear them. They do take a few minutes to dry, so I don't think I need to hold that big. I'm not going to set an eyelet today. You could, if you want to, put an eyelet on there. I am going to put a little piece of ribbon or twine. We'll see what we have. What do I want to put on here? Let's see. I kind of like having that circle element on this one. So let's see what this circle looks like. Went a little heavy with the ink there, Pam, a little heavy. Let's see, we've got some strips. That's another little tag. Oh yeah, let's tear a piece. This is just from where I used this page. I think this was just one of the half pages. You know, you get the 2 pages on one that I cut into a tag. So we're going to just use a little strip of that and a little piece of this. Yeah, just for whatever. And, oh, and that's not glue, Pam. The kit had that fabulous sheet of words. So let's grab those too and maybe add a word. That is something that I love on my projects. So let's see. How about I'm going to pick full of life. So all these wonderful positive words that we can add to our project in lots of different ways. Okay, and I like being able to just cut them out, and you can make them larger. You can cut them kind of small to the font like I did. And if you want to, you can even print them out like a little smaller too. All right, full of life. Okay, if you wanted some teeny tiny words. Whoa. All right. Okay, so now when we put that in there, doesn't that look great? We also need whatever element we're going to put in here. And this piece that we cut off from this pocket is actually a really good size. So if you saved that, if you're crafting with me, grab that piece, or you can cut yourself a piece that'll fit in there. And I am going to, I think I'm going to grab, if I can put my hand on it, I'm going to grab my whale punch and a piece of the paper. And I'm just going to make myself a little tab, and there are some tabs and things in the kit as well, so look through and pick out, you know, what speaks to you. And if you don't have this kit, use whatever papers you have. You know, this is about having fun and creating and seeing what will work together. And if you have papers that you like or that you need to use, right? I think a lot of folks are embracing I'm not buying anything new things. So if that's you, use what you have and it's okay. All right, and I'm gonna put that little label there too. I'm not gonna worry about inking it because I think it looks cute just like it is. All right, and that's gonna go right here. Very sweet. And I think in my scrap of ribbon, I still have some of this Sari silk, which this neutral is just going so beautifully with this paper kit. Makes me really happy. Some of my favorite colors with these greens and oranges. So pretty. All right, so a piece of ribbon. Now let's do the liquid pearl. And on the sample, I put it right here. On this one, I think I'm gonna go with a dot here, here, and here. And I mean, you can keep going, but I think that's enough just to give it a little touch, a little something extra. It's a different texture and just a little design element. So there we go. We're gonna let that one dry and we'll set it aside so we hopefully don't mess it up. And let's make this one next. Now this one, I think, to me, it looks like it's going to be, you know, quite involved, but it's really not. It's super cute and fun. Okay, so for this one, I just cut a rectangle to the size I want my tag to be. You know, make yours whatever size you want. I wouldn't make a teeny tiny tag because we're gonna make this stacked element. Mine happens to be 3 inches by 5 3/4. And I'm just gonna grab this tag right here and use it to cut my corners off. So they'll be the same. So it's almost the exact same size as this tag. There we go. And you can make yourself a template. You know, I'll show you what I use most of the time. I just wanted it to match this one. Is I do this, and so when you're cutting your corners off, you can pick whichever one you want, and you just cut the corner, and then to make this one match, you flip it over, and then cut this corner. I know a bunch of you probably already know that trick, but this is just a pretend credit card. I got an offer in the mail and I used it for crafting. So there you have it. Okay, so find the strip. If you want to do this, you can use the strip that's in the kit. Again, any paper you want, you could just measure where you want to make your slits for your pockets, but this just blended itself so well with the pieces already there. Now, I told you guys the width of this, but instead of taking it to the trimmer, I'm just going to turn it over and carefully make sure it's the same width as my tag. There we go. Now, I did pretty generously ink this piece of paper, and I even was careful, and I'm lightly, but making sure it's laying down a good amount of ink. Just lightly going over those white spaces because I do believe this was intended, you know, to be cut apart and used as strips, but we're going to use it like this. And you can turn it any way you want. I think I like it with this little bit wider strip at the bottom. Now, before we glue it down or do anything, I am going to use, if I can find it, my X-Acto knife. And we are going to cut a few slits. Now, I want them to be at the same width. I can't talk today. So I'm going to use my grid paper here, and I am going to make a mark with my pencil at 1/2 inch from the left side and I'm going to do a 1/2 inch from the right side. And this is going to tell me where I'm going to put some slits in this paper. And it's all going to make sense, hopefully, in just a moment when I show you what we're doing. I'm just marking at a 1/2 inch on this line, and this line. This one is going to be open because it's the top of our pocket. So it will be wider just by, or it'll be open just because it's the top of the piece of paper. Okay, so now you need some sort of cutting instrument and you need a straight edge. And I'm going to cut a slit from this mark to this mark. And I hope you guys can see that. It's just little tiny pencil marks with a 1/2 inch, leaving a 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, here we go. And you do want to, you know, be careful, go slow if you need to go slow. And we're just going to cut a slit in each one of these, and it's going to work great. You guys are going to love it. And I did use a pencil intentionally, I'm doing all 3, so that after I've cut the slits, I can come back with my little eraser and just get rid of those tiny little marks. Now, we have something that looks like this, right? Where's my tag? Here's my tag. Okay, and I'm going to install it on this tag. I'll probably come up a little from the bottom like I did with the original one. And then we're going to have these lovely little spaces to tuck little pieces in. I left these pockets where I guess it could, if you really forced it, like this one goes from the top of this pocket down to the bottom, because I wanted to be able to put some larger type items in here. If you want, you know, if you close them up, trying to explain what I'm saying, then you would only have the depth of whatever the little pocket is. So I am only going to add glue. The whole point of this is to the sides and the bottom. So even the top pocket can go all the way down. See my finger? Instead of adding glue here along this pocket where it would stop it. I hope that made sense. If you want yours to be really little tiny shallow pockets, then you want to add the glue on this side as well. I'm not going to do that. Okay, I want it open at the top, and we are going to add glue to this side, and you don't have to, as long as you don't go over the lines, you're okay. So in fact, I'm adding a little extra just because I want it to be nice and sturdy. There we go. And I'm going to come up a little from the bottom so we kind of get that other stripe of the paper. And we're going to glue it down. I mean, this is so easy, and how cute, right? Just watch. Now, these circles might be too big, but look, I can start tucking all of my cute little pieces right inside. See, this one's really shallow. Right inside my little pockets. Now, the larger one up here, I wonder if I have a tag cut. Yeah, let's use this one that has a little more contrast instead of the orange on the orange. Look at that. How cute. Now, we can also, if we want to, we can start decorating the pockets some. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to move this one here. These are going to, whatever you put in the pockets are probably going to cover up a little bit of the pocket up above it. So again, think about if you want to take the time to really decorate that pocket, or if you're okay with it just, you know, the little pieces kind of being the decoration, right? And things will slide down in there, so you have to kind of think, you know, what do you want to put in and how far do you want to push it? Now, the tag or the paper that I chose for this one, it had this lovely collage already on there, so I didn't really do a lot of decorating. I just added a little bow here. This one, we might want to add something to give it a little bit of contrast. Wondering if we just put a strip at the top like that. That would look cute, wouldn't it? All right, So I just tore, again, another little piece of paper. I'm going to put it on here and then we'll trim it to the right shape once I've glued it down. And we can add a little more ink too. All right. So glue, I'm probably going to make a little tiny bit of a mess on my mat, but that's okay. I can wipe it off. All right. And then all I have to do, I think I did okay, is snip these off. So when you're choosing which tag to use or which paper to use to make your tag, you know, just kind of think about these different elements. It was certainly an easy one for me to do the prototype because it had that lovely collage on there. All right, I definitely think Word, find the Word page like I did here, and I added a little piece of paper. So how about embrace the day? I love little reminders to be positive. I like to leave them for myself to find. I enjoy leaving them for other people to find, that type of thing. So sometimes I'll even make little cards or little notes or something with little positive words and put them like in the bottom of my purse or in my dresser drawer, that kind of thing. And it's super fun to find later. All right, I'm gonna just use this little tag because he's already cut out and inked. And then we'll put the word there, the words. Okay. And then I definitely want to, I think I'm going to use my slot punch at the top here. I'm just eyeballing the center. I decided to come on down into that little piece we layered on there. And I'm just going to tie a little piece of ribbon on here. How cute. So cute. I don't know if I left enough. Did I leave enough for a bow? It would help if I did it a little more evenly. All right. So I hope that you guys are getting a few new ideas. If you've enjoyed these, or I've got one more to go, but if you're enjoying this, I hope you'll take a moment and pop over to my channel too. That would be great to see you over there as well. Well, let's see. I can do this, guys. Sometimes you just have to fiddle with it for just a moment, but I feel confident that I'm going to win. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. All right, I'm going to trim that off. It's a little fuzzy. Okay. And we could add a ribbon to one of these or to some of these as well, but I'm going to just leave it like that. So very cute. Very happy with that one. So sweet. Okay, and like I said, this one I just glued the ribbon down. I didn't even punch a hole. I didn't want to cover up the bird. All right, so we did those. Now this one is a fun way to embellish and to have kind of that loose tag look. So I selected some pieces for us to go ahead and use. This one is just from one of the pieces of paper. So I do want to, and it's a little bit smaller than the sample, and that's okay. Here, we'll just use this to make our top. So I'll show you in real time how I do this. I just picked this angle for the top of my tag, and I cut off the corner, and then you flip the card over and you cut the other corner, and that way they match. Easy peasy. And all I did was randomly cut the 4 corners off when I first started using that card, and then I just keep it here on my desk when I want that shape on something. All right, so again, we're going to embellish these to look like a little set that goes together, and they're going to be staggered. So I'm going to be brave and get the glitter out because I have this orange glitter that I think goes so well with this paper kit. And I think I've shown you guys before on another project an easy way to glitter using 2-sided tape. But we're going to do it again in case you missed it, or in case you want to see me be brave again. Because I cut this tag, the angles on the little ones are not exactly the same, so I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to hang these. I'm probably going to come down just a little bit with them and over. Maybe something like that. Okay, but let's do the glitter. It's going to be fun. So I use two-sided tape. Here's some. And decide where I want that stripe of glitter. And I'm going to put it, I ended up picking almost the same patterned paper, but that's okay. We're going to put a strip down on our tag wherever we want the glitter to be. And I'm going to come a little bit closer, I think, to the left-hand side. This one's a little bit smaller, and I definitely want to see the glitter on the layers. So lay your two-sided tape down like this where you want it. And then you don't need it anymore. I do take a moment and just really press that down, burnish it down with something. And let's get a piece of paper. Here's some pieces from the kit that I have not cut out yet. We're just going to use this to pour our glitter. Okay, here we go. I have a glitter tray somewhere, but that would be like a whole thing finding it. So we're just going to go with this. So pull your tape off. And you can do glitter if you want to with glue. This is just a way that I think makes it just a touch easier. And I've had this glitter forever. Don't even know where it came from. So here we go. I may have gotten it in a swap at some point back in the day. All right, glitter is down on the tape. Look at how nice and neat it looks. I do just take a second and press it in. And if you just want to, for good measure, throw a little more on there. But there you go. That's simple and easy. Now the trick is, can I get this off my desk without making a ginormous mess? So at least get some of it back in there. And I'm not going to worry about the rest. I'm going to tap it over there on my garbage can and hope for the best. Okay, we did it. Only a little bit of glitter. I'll be nice and sparkly. All right, so here we go. I do like to, it looks so cute. See how much that just really made it pop. I do like to also embellish this tag, or I want to embellish it just a little bit. So let's add a tag. I think I just added some numbers to my prototype. Touch of ink, some glue. Let's see. I'm gonna come over onto the glitter just a touch. Hopefully that'll stick down okay. And then I have this one, so you can kind of get a sense that there's something under there. Very cute. All right, and I am going to do a little bit larger hole this time. I'm just kind of guessing at the center. I think I have some of my fun baker's twine. Yeah, what do you guys think? Is the green too much? Let's go with the neutral, or one that's a little more neutral. And this one will be, the rest of them will have the Sari Silk, and this one will have the baker's twine. How fun, right? Let's do an extra, let's do like, I'm going to do something a little different. Let's do like 3 strands. I think this will be long enough to do what I want to, hopefully. All right, you got to keep your tags with that hole lined up. I'm going to get all 3 pieces through here and then thread them through, and it'll just be a little bit thicker kind of embellishment here at the top of this tag instead of 1 strand of baker's twine. I think I left it long enough. I'm just being brave today doing all these fiddly things on camera. Okay. There we go. Cute, right? So cute. So cute. Now on this one I did a cute butterfly and a strip of paper and a tag. This one's already embellished quite a bit. Let's see if there's something we want to put on here though, or even how about here on this one? I would like that. Let's add this circle to the back tag. I'd already punched that one out. And I'm kind of thinking a word on that tag there. I'm going to bring it down where you just get a hint. Again, you just get a hint of it. And this is where, again, when you have access to these beautiful kits, you can just sit and play. Just sit and play. And things just come together so fun, I think. All right, let's see if a word would look good there. All right, social butterfly, that's really cute, but I don't have a butterfly on the front, we have flowers. How about just delightful? Because I am really feeling like this kit is delightful. The colors, all right. And it's like a single word that I think would look cute right there. Let's add some ink and see if it looks okay. Put that there. See if I have another little itsy bitsy something something that can dress it up a touch. Yeah. Okay. I think we are about done. I hope you guys have enjoyed spending a few minutes with me crafting. I hope you crafted with me, or you're going to go try some of these ideas when you're ready to make some tags for your journals. All right. There we go. All right. Let's look at what we made really fast, and then I'm going to let you guys go. That is that staggered layered tag right there. A little bit different size. And then I have these that we made with that piece of faux washi tape. And then here's the ones, the 3 pocket tags. All right, I hope you guys like it and you'll give them a chance. Anna and Elena, thank you as always for having me. I have a blast using your paper, so I appreciate the opportunity. Have a great one, everybody.